Hi, and welcome back to this video. Today, we're going to talk about Monero. So the Monero, the ultimate privacy coin. First of all, let's jump into the chart as we have seen a lot of upside in the Monero chart. I want to show you what is going on. If I scroll down, surprisingly, Monero is coming very high up now. It's already at position number 22 at the moment with quite a high market cap. If I click on Monero, you see that it performed very, very well over the last year. If I switch here on a yearly chart, you had the chance to buy Monero here down at 147, probably a little lower. This have been the lowest this year. The lowest price was 136, and it shot up. At the moment, we are at 368, and we have been already at 417 some weeks ago. So it's performing really well. If we look at the all-time chart, we see that Monero had higher highs. We have been at 303. We have been at 470 here. And in the last cycle, we've been at 413. We almost reached all-time highs in a period where most of the assets didn't perform very well. Let's jump back into the presentation. Now you have a feeling where we are with Monero, and we will dig deeper into what is actually Monero, what makes Monero so special, what are the latest updates around Monero. I'm jumping into the presentation now. Monero has been rallying since April, as we have seen on the chart, despite exchange delistings. Unfortunately, loads of exchanges and most of exchanges have delisted Monero because of regulatory pressure. I know from Kraken, for example, that they have been pressuring very much the exchange to delist it. All other bigger exchanges have also delisted or have plans to delist it. The Exodus wallet even will not support Monero from August this year anymore. They make it very hard for Monero actually to exist and very hard for people to use it. Still, Monero is breaking out and loads of money is flowing into it. The market cap is getting bigger and bigger. This could be that people see that in the Bitcoin development, not everything is going so well. Too big players are coming in for some people. They're flocking into an asset that you cannot track. You will see later on in the presentation that Monero made loads of updates, and now it is almost not possible anymore to track down the transactions. It was already very hard to track Monero transactions for the companies that are tracking the blockchain, but they managed to run some nodes and get some additional data. So it's possible that some information is being extracted. With the new update, this will not be possible anymore. So this is very exciting news. What is Monero in a nutshell? Monero is a privacy pioneer. Founded in 2014, Monero has evolved to become the largest privacy coin on the market. Monero is community-driven. After a disagreement with the founder, thankful for today, Ricardo, also called Fluffy Pony in the industry, led the fork. Cutting-edge privacy has resisted attempts by government and other agencies to crack Monero. It was a fair launch. It was no ICO launch. If you remember back in the times, was the times where ICOs have been very popular and lots of ICOs rolling out, but very unfair distribution. It was set up in a non-ICO way, a very fair launch, creating a decentralized structure. What is Monero's technical foundation? We have the supply mode, 18 million XRM mined in the first 6 years. Since May 2022, we have a tail emission of 0.6 XRM per block, and this continues forever. The mining RandomX algorithm resists ASIC mining. Anyone can mine with the regular computer, preventing centralization. You cannot mine this with a Bitcoin miner, with an ASIC miner. You can mine it with a regular computer. Everybody can mine. And this prevents that there are a lot of mining farms coming up, leading to the centralization of the miners, as we see in Bitcoin. Scalability, dynamic block size mechanism allows up to 2,000 transactions per second during high traffic periods. Let's have a closer look at the Monero privacy protocol. We have stealth addresses, conceals where transactions are going to, protecting recipients' privacies. Then we have the ring signatures, hides where transactions are coming from. Also, the sender is hidden. The sender's identity is hidden. We also have ring CT. This hides the amounts sent in the transaction, preventing tracking of value transfer. We have the sender protected, the receiver protected, and the amount protected. What's happening on the Monero timeline? In May 2022, unfortunately, Ricardo was extradited to face fraud charges from some entities, from some governments. In August 2022, a hard fork was introduced, optimizing and reducing the transaction size, increasing speed and fast wallet synchronization. Still, if you use Monero, you will realize that the synchronization, unfortunately, is still very slow, so it's almost not possible to use it in day-to-day transactions. In May 2023, they discovered a bug that allowed certain entities to de-anonymize the transactions, but this bug was fixed very fast. And then we have in late 2023, early 2024, multiple exchanges include OKX and Binance delisting XRM. What are the challenges and controversies? As we heard, we have exchange delistings. Multiple major exchanges removed XRM trading pairs because of regulatory pressure. We also had a wallet hack, community crowdfunded wallet drained of 2,700 XRM, worth around 500,000 in 2023. We have an EU ban. European Union announced plans to ban all privacy coins by July 2027. And as we discussed, already some non-custodial wallets like Exodus Wallet and the bigger players are starting also to delist XRM. The transaction time, we discussed this in short already, 20 to 40 minutes for confirmations. This is much too long if you want to buy a coffee or something with it. The Monero price analysis, we have seen this on the chart already, but this is a very simple graph where we are at the moment, giving you a good idea if the price can go higher or if we are performing well. And as we discussed, we are performing pretty well if you look at the other market. What is Monero's Bitcoin connection? We have the mining heritage, so many early Bitcoin miners switched to XRM using their old equipment. We have atomic swaps that technically enable direct exchanges between BTC and XRM without centralized exchanges. Both coins have privacy layers. The problem with the Bitcoin privacy layer is as soon you buy your Bitcoin on a regular exchange and give your KYC data, they will start to connect all your wallets, all your addresses together. Other people that don't have this data will not know who is transacting. But also if you send money to a friend or to a company and you don't know how to handle this. So the easiest way to handle that nobody can see what you have in your wallet is to send it to a decentralized exchange or to an exchange that is not requiring KYC. And from this wallet, you transfer it to a new wallet. And from this new wallet, you send or buy the stuff. There's no connection anymore. The receiving person will just see that it was received by a hot wallet of the exchange, and it is now in this new wallet that doesn't have any transaction history, and then you can send it without anybody else seeing it. With Monero, Monero is doing that by himself because they made a system where it's very hard to track where the money is coming from and what is really going on. Price correlation, we have seen really good price correlation. Bitcoin is also one of the only assets that went up very, very well consistently over the last month. The same, we have loads of new technical implementations coming from Monero, upcoming technical milestones. We have offset coming. It's optimizing the ring signature, and this can be used. It's not a must. We also have bulletproof plus plus. It's future proofing the transaction size and increasing speed, which is very important for Monero. And probably the biggest and most important update is FCMP, full chain membership proofs, expands signatures from 16 to 100 million. So in the moment a transaction is signed, or it's done in a way that it's basically 16 addresses or 16 signatures that you don't really know where the money is coming from, they will now make that it's 100 million, because with the 16, some of the coin tracking analyzing companies have managed to run Monero nodes. And if it's just 16, they could guess or somehow find out what is going on. But with 100 million, it's unrealistic that they can find it out. Look a little deeper at the FCMP revolution. It's enhancing privacy, makes transaction virtually impossible to track because of the very high number. Transaction flexibility allows selective transaction revealing for business needs. This is very important. If you're a business, or if you're sending to a business, it is possible to reveal the transaction so you can buy stuff. For most of the transaction, you will not do that because you will be anonymous, but for transaction in business, you can do that. Regulatory compatibility. That sounds strange for Monero, but this changes if you can actually unmask your transaction, can help Monero to get more acceptance in the market. The FCMP upgrade could be implemented as soon as summer 2024, requiring a hard fork for the Monero blockchain. Many in the community believe this could lead to wider adoption. The main challenge with Monero is still that we have the listings, exchanges are forced to delist it. The EU doesn't want privacy coins, of course. And then it could happen that the targeting is switching from the exchanges to the single users. They also make it illegal or will try to target users. In theory, it's not possible. But if you don't really know how to use it, if you may have bought Monero on an exchange where they know that this is your Monero, or you have done any other mistake, then it's possible that they come after you, or they will just tell people or businesses, if you take Monero, then this is actually illegal and we will lock you up for that. Let's see how that goes. The adoption hurdles are still the transaction times. This is really a problem. So between 20 and 40 minutes to wait for the transaction to come in is unrealistic. Fiat conversion, people who want to transform or use really Monero as fiat, they have first of all the problem that it takes a lot of time to transfer. And secondly, it's harder and harder to cash it out. There's not really places where you can do that. Limited accessibility, we have talked about that. Privacy perception is also a problem. Users or regular people don't really value privacy. They value convenience. Most of them, it's too complicated. They don't want to look into it in more detail. I hope this video will make more people aware of this actually perfect coin. Still, we have the problems with the on-ramp, off-ramp, transaction times, and so on. There will be a time where Monero will be very helpful in my eyes. The Monero resilience. Monero is really resilient, as you can see here. So it's now 10 years. It has grown very much. It has still a potential to grow, if you ask me, about 2x. And it's finding a good balance, in my opinion, with the new way that you can unmask business transaction. Very nice and interesting coin to get into. The value of financial privacy, I think I don't have to tell you. We will unfortunately see in the next years a lot of restrictions coming in. We really need to value the privacy of financial transactions, financial privacy. With all these new laws coming in, we need some kind of solution. And Monero could be one of these solutions. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do not forget to click on the link below this video to enter the challenge to find all 12 seed phrases to unlock a wallet and transfer the money out to you. See you. Bye-bye.